It is Christmas Eve in the year of our Lord 2024. Decided to take a wander around Tiergarten for a little bit, get out, explore. Otherwise, I was just going to sit in my room and be depressed. So this will be the fourth Christmas that I've spent here in Germany by myself. And I'll be honest, Christmas time is usually a bit lonely. You know, a lot of people go off to be with family and stuff. I don't have a lot of friends here, but I have a few. And, you know, most of the time everyone just is gone. And, you know, when I moved here, I had never actually, I had always in my head that, well, I'll go back from time to time. I'll go visit from time to time. And then my money situation changed and I haven't been able to go back since I moved here. And that's been okay. I've been all right with that until this year. And this year's been something, let me tell you. I guess this is a good time to do a little year-end recap of my feelings and my, you know, what I've been doing. And I don't even know where to begin. So when I moved here 4 years ago to Germany, I was in a different place, you know. I was in a lot different place. I had just gotten divorced. And COVID had happened. I guess I was grieving. You know, you can grieve for the loss of a relationship. Even if, you know, somebody's still alive, you can grieve. And I think I was grieving. I was going through the stages. I'd already been angry. I'd gotten through the anger stage and the denial, and it took me a while to get through those stages. But I got maybe depressed. If you've watched my content for any amount of time, you kind of know my story about why I moved here, what I was doing before, and all of that is true. But I don't talk about the part where, and maybe I didn't even realize this until now, is that maybe part of me moving here was trying to run away from my problems, trying to run away from the things that caused me misery and caused me unhappiness back home. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, maybe. But I do have a tendency to do this. So that might have been part of my reasoning for coming here. Don't get me wrong, I love it here. I'm glad I did. But multiple things can be true at once. You know, this could have been the best thing for me to do, and it could have been me running away, just wanting to get as far away as I could from my problems. And the thing about that is, like, wherever you go, there you are. Like, you can't escape what's going on in your head. You can't escape your problems. Moving 4,000 miles away from where you were born isn't going to suddenly make your problems go away. And I think that's finally hitting me. And I think I've done a lot of thinking this past year. And for 4 years, I believe I've put myself in exile. Probably the best word. You know, I've met some people. I can't say that I've made any really good friends. A couple, but I've never really been somebody who's had a lot of friends anyways, and I've been fine with that. And at first when I moved here, everything was exciting, and you know, I was fine exploring things with myself. And then COVID happened and the lockdown happened, and I isolated myself even further. And with this isolation, I didn't really take care of myself. I ate too much. I ate poorly. I gained weight. I mean, I was heavy when I got here, and then I gained even more weight. Part of that was, I mean, when I got separated, I went through a period there, to explain my relationship a little bit. I don't want to get too far into it, but 2016, my ex-wife and I separated for the first time. We were separated for a year, then we got back together. When we separated, I really started going to the gym a lot, and I started eating right. I lost 60, 70 pounds, and I got in pretty good shape and was really working on myself. That was my whole thing, working on myself. Maybe I can become the person that she wants. And maybe that was physically, maybe that was mentally. I was trying to be a little bit more open. I was trying to be, you know, do all of the things that I thought I needed to do to be what she wanted me to be. Turns out that I'm just not that guy, you know? And when I realized I wasn't that guy, that it didn't matter what I did. I was never going to be what she needed me to be. And that's either on me or on her. I mean, that may just be life. Not everyone's made for everybody. But when I realized that, I was just like, fuck it. You know, I stopped taking care of myself. One day I just stopped going to the gym, and I just started eating too much. And eating to me has always been sort of a comfort coping mechanism. And so I gained weight, which made me more unhappy, which made me less pleasant to be around. And then things with work happened, and it was just, I became too much for her, and that's fine. You know, I acknowledge my part in why we didn't work. It wasn't all me, but I acknowledge my part. And then I just kind of isolated myself, right? I realized, like, maybe it's me, you know, maybe it's me. Maybe I am not meant to be with somebody. Maybe I am not meant to, I just stopped. I stopped trying. I stopped caring. And once you get into that inertia of stopping, of not trying, it's hard to start again. And so for the last 4 years, even especially here, it's not particularly easy to meet people, especially dating-wise, in a foreign country. So I didn't even try. I was like, you know, who's gonna want me? I'm overweight. I'm not pleasant a lot of the time. I'm hard to deal with sometimes, and I don't have a lot of money. So why even try? You know, I went on a couple dates and it didn't work. But come January, I do what a lot of people did. I was like, okay, I'm going to make my New Year's resolutions. I want to lose some weight, kind of get into shape. For me, not for anything else. So I did. I really started trying to lose weight, and I have. I've lost about 80 pounds, about 30-something kilos, and I feel a lot better. And with that comes some gaining of self-confidence, of feeling better about yourself. So I feel a lot better about myself today than I did on January 1st. But the flip side to that is, even though I feel better about myself, I'm more lonely because I want to get out there. And now I feel like I can actually get out there and maybe try to meet people and maybe try to, you know, develop some relationships. But it's hard. It's hard to get that momentum going. And it's hard to overcome the momentum of stopping, of overcome that momentum, that inertia of being alone and being numb. You know, once you acknowledge your numbness and you acknowledge that it's not working for you anymore, that's when the hard part begins. So I thought today we could talk about this because I don't think I'm alone in this. When you get depressed, it's easy to think you are the only person going through whatever it is you're going through. And I don't think I am now. I think I'm not alone. I'm not alone in being alone. And I want to talk about it. But right now I am freezing. So let's do some walking, do a little bit of exploring, and we can talk along the way. So I really feel like I have put myself in isolation, in exile for the last 4 years. And 2025, I am really, really going to make an asserted effort to stop isolating myself, stop try to feel like I'm actually worth it. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually worth spending time with. I think is part of my problem is I've been so afraid of being rejected that because of my past and because of what I've gone through, that I just close myself off, and I don't want to put myself out there to get rejected again. You know, I mean, that's like there's nothing atypical about me. I'm pretty normal, right? This is all you know, we all like to think we're these unique snowflakes that nobody else is suffering, nobody else can understand us. But I think I'm pretty ordinary. I'm pretty common. And so feeling better about myself has really like opened my eyes to the fact that I do need other people. I do need to get out there and like try to make friendships, try to establish connections. And one of the ways I started was I got on one of the dating apps, which if you don't have to do this, if you're not in this world, it's kind of a nightmare, especially as a guy. I want to say, I saw the statistics one time. It's something like if you're a straight guy, which I mean, I'm sure this applies to same-sex relationships too, but as a straight man, it's like 10 men to every one woman on these apps. And so, you know, there's a lot of like competition. And I personally feel like I am a drink that takes a little bit of time to get it used to. I may not be, you know, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I am a drink worth drinking. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that comes through in the dating apps. So, but I have matched with somebody, and you know, we'll see. She seems very nice, and I'm open to the possibilities. You know, even if it's just friendship, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm putting myself out there and allowing myself to feel things, whether it's good or bad. I've numbed myself for a long time. So 2025, I'm really going to try to make better connections, and to really put myself out there a little bit more. For a long time, I've had this attitude of just kind of like letting things happen to me, thinking that that's going to bring success. Like for instance, with this channel, I'm really want to grow this channel. You know, financially, sure, it would be really nice if I could make a living off this channel, but just really because I feel like I want this to be a community where people like me can communicate and talk, and like I can express ideas that other people are thinking in a judgment-free zone. And I feel like the community we have right now is really, really good for that. And my growth has been slow. You know, it started really fast. I got to like 3,000 subs in like a month and a half. But then it's taken me almost 3 years, almost 4 years to almost get to 5,000 subs. Part of that's my problem because for a little while I was like posting sporadically and thinking that traffic would just come to me, right? But I really am in 2025 trying to make a push to get this, you know, get my subscriber base to like 10,000. That would be awesome. I would settle for like 7 or 8. My goal was to get to 5,000 by the end of 2024. And I'm close. I mean, I'm at 4,400, which I was at like 3,100 at the beginning of 2024. And I started this channel in 2020. And so my growth had been really slow. I think I gained maybe 300 or 400 subscribers in 2023. And I said, okay, I want to hit 5,000 by the end of 2024. And not going to get there. I'll probably get close to 4,500, which would be about 1,400 people subscribed to my channel this year, which is 3 or 4 times more than last year. this growth has been partly because I got a little bit lucky with some people reacting, but also I feel like I've been more consistent with my content and putting out content that people like. And it's not all about the algorithm. You know, I'm not trying to just drive out traffic, but I really want people to connect to this channel and to have a place to like say, yeah, you know, my feelings about the US or my feelings about myself are valid. You know, I want to have a community where we can talk about these things. Another thing I want to do this year is I really want to focus a lot more on my photography. So I'm going to try to get out and take more photography walks and record those. And eventually I would like to at least be somewhere in the process of putting together a photo book from this year. I don't know what the topic is going to be yet, but I would really like to do that. And I'm putting it on video so I can have some accountability for next year when I make this video, that to see where we are. So yeah, these have been my thoughts on Christmas Eve. I'm gonna go home and make a batch of cookies, have a nice Christmas dinner tomorrow with a little glass of wine. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas and enjoy time with friends and family. I hope I've added something to your year this year. Let me know in the comments what kind of content like you really react to most in my channel. I would really appreciate knowing what you like the best. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Let's get to 5,000 guys. Let's get to 5,000 in January. That would be awesome. So guys, until next time, I'll see you later.